Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fat Jocks. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, if you like the podcast, do us a big favor. You want to help out the show? Go over to Apple Podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating. Write a 5-star review. Help us out over here. Do us a little favor if you can. Got a great show today. If you do have anything you want to say, right over into fatjockspod@gmail.com. Once again, fatjockspod@gmail.com. fatjockspod@gmail.com. I went to community college. This is a great episode today, and we can't wait to tell you what we got on the docket. My friend Bryan Vokey back from the COVID injured reserve. What do you got going on today, dude?
Today on Fat Jocks, we discuss the Olympic boxing team. 3 men have the chance to get gold for the United States of America. Do they? Will they? We don't know. We also discuss the Lakers nursing home. Los Angeles Lakers has made a retirement home at the Staples Center, and we love it. We get into the X Games being absorbed into the Olympics. BMX biking, skateboarding, all the knucklehead sports.
They need street luge.
Yeah. Tarnishing the tradition that is the Olympics. We also talk about Quinn Evers, the mulleted junior high school quarterback who is foregoing his senior year to cash in on his likeness and joining Ohio State as an 18-year-old. We get into Kenley Jansen. Is he past his prime, or is it the wrong catcher? I think we could blame a little bit on Dave Roberts, Red Sox legend, for not putting Kenley Jansen in the best situation to succeed. We break down the Giants football field fight and how Daniel Jones ended up on the bottom of a pile. A place, according to Yahoo Sports, is something he is comfortable with. All that, a whole lot more. Please enjoy the show. Like and subscribe, folks. Adios.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business. This fat son of a bitch. He's fat. Hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined. He's fat.
Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
He's fat.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
I couldn't care less about the team struggling.
How you feeling, Bryan? What's going on, dude?
Prolonged COVID, not feeling great, not feeling smart. You can probably hear a little congestion in my voice still. It's not going away. It's a weird. Did you have COVID?
No, dude.
No, you
kept it clean, dude.
I'm a special boy. I've had COVID twice now. One of them I got after getting fully vaxxed for months.
Yeah,
called a breakthrough case. It's the first time I've ever broken through anything.
Yeah, is that a breakthrough case, dude? You got Delta Plus?
I got Delta Plus, baby. And
isn't it weird that they're calling? Isn't Delta? There's Delta and there's Delta Plus, and isn't Delta Plus like the upgraded Delta seat you get? Like, is this a Delta advertisement that we're doing here, folks?
I don't know, but I mean, it's literally it's a Corona is beer. I mean, everything's been branded.
Yeah, it's literally like the variant brought to you by Delta Plus.
And I think isn't the new variant called Lambda, which is like a fraternity, Lambda. Isn't that like a famous fraternity? It's either
I thought it was called Nambla.
The Nambla is what is your
That's my variant. That's what I caught, dude, is the Nambla. No, dude, I haven't got COVID yet.
amazing.
I'm like the baby, dude. None of my fans have COVID.
Classy. They don't get COVID.
Yeah, dude. None of my fans have got COVID, dude. Yeah, dude. It's weird that your COVID turns you into you kind of with the hat. Whenever you're looking down more, you look kind of like an American sniper type dude.
Well, I'll tell you what's going on with the hat is that I'm covering up. I don't know what's going on with COVID, but I have acne all over me, like my body, like all over my body, and like those like unpoppable but white.
Yeah.
They're like got whiteheads, so my body tricks me, and so I try to pop it, and then I'm sticking pins in it, and then
my god,
I can't help it. I can't fucking. I'm like a meth head right now. I probably honestly look like I do meth. So I don't know. I'm gonna tell you something. Whoever cooked this virus up cooked up a good ass virus. It is unreal. I've never felt like this in my life before. Like yesterday, I'm well into it. I mean, I tested
You're negative right now, right?
tested negative. Total tested solution. Shout out to them. Boyle Heights, really like them. They were gentle on the nose this time. I appreciate that.
Good for them.
The ER was not gentle in any way. Military VA hospital. They were brutal to me. They just
they shot it up your nose.
Yeah, with a fucking bazooka.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I was going to say though is that yesterday I went for a walk around the cemetery.
Are you picking out a plot? Jesus Christ.
That's the kind of neighborhood I live in. The jogging path.
What, some kind of weird goth dude now made you gothic. I go hang out at the cemetery.
I've been goth my whole life. You know what I'm trying to find, dude? It's gonna be the most embarrassing thing in the world. And I'm only friends with like 2 or 3 people from high school, and none of us were yearbook people. I remembered. I just had this memory in the shower. I used to draw tattoos on me with Sharpies all over my arms and hands. Like I would come home covered in Sharpies. Dude, this is the douchiest thing you've ever heard in your life, dude.
What did it say? Like R.I.P. Dylan and Eric.
Rest in power, brothers.
See you in Valhalla.
But the yearbook staff, one of the kids who was doing the yearbook interviewed me about why I draw my arms, and I think I said something really heavy and dark, like in like 8th grade poetry. And it's got to be the douchiest thing in the world. And I was just thinking, like, man, a lot of venues I do shows at have projectors. And if I've contacted a few people that I know that I went to high school with. I'm like, please tell me you have a 2001 yearbook, because there's the most embarrassing shit. And it's so funny as I spent my 20s trying to run from that and bury it. And now I'm like, that's probably good material.
Yeah, it's something. Also, why would they ask you that? They should just assume that you're a freaking weirdo and let it be. By the time I got to junior high and high school, we knew to just leave those kids alone. But by the time that I got to high school, there wasn't as much goth kids and there was more juggalos. And maybe it was just the area.
I think the problem was, even though I was a weird kind of, I wasn't a cutter, but I had cutter is the closest subcategory I could say.
Fell into.
Yeah.
Hung out with a lot of cutters. Never really pulled the trigger myself. I never flicked the X-Acto knife up.
Yeah, exactly. I was more like a behind the camera cutter. I still was like a smart ass, you know what I mean? So I was still approachable. Like I would still like make fun of the teacher and stuff. Even though I was like a little gothy, I was still a little bit of a performer. So I think that's why they fucking asked me. But I think I said something like I probably said something that is equivalent to like 9 Inch Nail lyrics or something really.
AFI.
Oh, I loved AFI.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Dude, you ever see someone like, just because on the topic of cutting, you ever seen someone get like stabbed or like someone like get themselves opened up or some shit like that? Like not even on purpose.
Oh, I mean, I've seen like bottles actually, I'm not sure we talked about this on the podcast or not, but I feel like this would have come up at some point. But I've seen a 40, like I've seen people get hit with 40s.
Yeah. I've seen someone get hit with a wine bottle.
Never fucking break. Like,
oh, yeah.
Every time, and I'm talking 3, 4, maybe 5 times, I've seen people hit somebody with a 40 or a beer bottle, and it splits them open. They gush blood, but the bottle doesn't break.
I feel like that's on the hitter because they're kind of not following through. I think they kind of pussied out at the last minute because I saw a guy get a wine bottle busted over his head one time, and that shit fucking broke like nothing.
Really?
Yeah, but I think it was a cheap wine bottle, so it might have been thinner.
I was filming something with Jackson, and I had to get sugar glass smashed over my face a few times. Shit still hurts.
Yeah, I want to start bringing sugar glass on stage and breaking it over hecklers' heads. But I was saying that because I was thinking about this yesterday. There was this time, this kind of sports related. We can go into boxing after this, but this in my neighborhood there was this like white trash dad who bought like 2 pairs of boxing gloves, and then he was a drunk, and so he would just like during the day would just like have all the kids over to his front yard to fight each other.
60th and Shattuck in Oakland, there was a dad there who was fighting kids, and I would literally go watch.
The dad would fight the kids, or the kids would fight each other?
Oh, sorry, he was like organizing fights.
Yeah. This dad was the Don King of the neighborhood.
That's what was going on.
But there was this adopted kid who had a special needs brother. Well, I won't say his name, but his brother was special needs, and he was big, dude. Like he was really big to the point where he was probably like 6'6", like 300 pounds, special needs dude. And my PE coach and PE teacher in high school was the varsity football coach, and he was a funny dude. And he would like see the class out there walking laps, and he would look at him like it was like he was a salivating dog and be like, man. if I could just get him out there. Like he would say it, like he would told me one time, because my brother or my sister's boyfriend was like a football player, and he's like, so he liked me, and he was like, man, if I could get him out there, man, you don't even know what would go. But this kid, his little brother was his adopted kid and had an X-Acto knife in his pocket. And I don't know, remember what happened, but during one of the boxing matches, I think it went to the floor. I think the rules were kind of iffy. And so they were wrestling, and the X-Acto knife came fucking out in the pocket, and it cut the other kid like underneath the armpit in the thing. So we were all like, oh, and then I ran home because I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Dude, it's crazy how many like British athletes have stabbing stories, or like non-American athletes, like Kell Brook, the boxer, was stabbed. Like they've all been stabbed, all the British boxers, because that's part of your rough upbringing.
Yeah.
Stabbed. It's crazy how many, like, you can just survive that. Paul Pierce was stabbed like 13 times.
Yeah, you can get stabbed a lot.
It's like, as long as you don't sever an artery, you're good to go.
Yeah. Dude, this isn't a stabbing. This is a quick thing. I was at a strip club about a week ago with
you're in Portland, Oregon.
Oregon. I was down at Sassy's, dude, and Amy Silverberg and Amy Miller were both in town, and they all wanted to go to the strip clubs. We were like, yeah, we went over there. Johnny Pemberton was there too. I don't know if I'm selling everybody out here. We were drinking, having a good time, and they left, and we were about to leave. And this dude that I know was sitting on the end of the railing in the front, like right next to the wall. And this like scuffle broke out, and this big dude grabbed a glass and he threw it across the strip club, like I don't know if that was like a defense thing to like create some space between him and everyone else, but it hit like a foot above this dude I know's head, just like hit right above his head on the wall and like shattered into his hair. And it didn't cut him. It didn't cut him or anything, but it's just like, he's a nice guy, but he's just like very oblivious, like a dog kind of. So he just like shatters above his head and he's just like, huh? It's like,
whose head?
This dude that I know, this comedian. So it just shattered. Like he's sitting there, like watching the stripper, like, yeah, having a good time. And the glass just shattered directly above his head on the wall, like a foot above his head. He almost got fucking smoked.
God damn, dude, like a rock slap.
Yeah, dude, it was no joke. And then, so I was in the back and I saw the scuffle breaking out, and Kelly was in the front on the railing on the other side. So then I'm like walking up there because I'm like, I think a scuffle or a shooting or something's about to break out. You know, I don't know what's going to go on. So I was like going to grab Kelly. I was like, let's get the fuck out of here. And this waitress, I was walking on the right side of this waitress, and she was calling for security to come over there. And she whipped around and backhanded me so fucking hard in the face, like directly between my eyes. So like, I'm like moving. Huh?
In this whole fucking fight, you're the only one who got hit?
Dude, I think I honestly was the only one that got hit, and it was by the waitress. And I was just like full of adrenaline. I'm going, so I'm just like, oh, and then she smacked me. I was like, and then it's like keep going to the. She smacked the fuck out of me though, dude.
Hard ass strip club waitress hands,
dude, nothing calloused up. But this can go into boxing, dude. What do you? You're hyped up on. You were sick, because here's what I was bummed out about is I'm going through all the stories, and I'm so bored of the Olympics that I like all the stories are Olympic related. So like I thought maybe since you had COVID, you probably were watching the Olympics. And
I actually didn't. I don't like the Olympics. I never have enjoyed.
I don't know what I've usually enjoyed it. Maybe it's the time difference. Maybe it's just whatever. There's other shit going on, but I am so fucking bored of the Olympics.
I watched the one really great, besides the boxing, the one great thing I saw was the Katie Ledecky versus that Australian.
Oh, dude, Katie Ledecky's a fucking stud, dude. She
can. Lasso where she took silver to the Australian. It was I think the 800 or something, and it was neck and neck for the. She came out strong, and then the Australian snuck in, and they're Katie like sick. That was a great. That was the only thing I really enjoyed besides the boxing. And I usually don't. I hate to be a dick. I just don't like amateur boxing because the headgear takes me out of it. But
I didn't know they wear headgear in the Olympics.
Not anymore. I don't know when this happened. The dudes are not wearing headgear now.
So now we're talking.
Yeah, and you get to see like there's only a chance to see because Cubans are known as like stylistically the best boxers in the world, but they stay in the amateur system.
Well, they stay in Cuba.
Exactly. So they can't go pro. So unless they get away from Cuba. So and Cubans are like so I was watching this one guy and I can't remember his fucking name. And what happened was Billy Joe Saunders posted blah blah blah. This Cuban boxer won gold. Is the best boxer I've ever seen. And then I watched his fight. Holy shit, dude. Watching Cubans box is so sick because they're like,
we got Ronel Iglesias?
Nope.
Okay. Keep going. I'm listening.
So they got like great footwork, really good technique, and a lot of power. And it was really fun to watch that guy win gold, but I was hyped on, I generally don't like national stuff. What, you got a name?
Arlen Lopez?
Yes.
Gotcha.
That guy is sick. And he looks like he's got like Cassius Clay era Muhammad Ali haircut. He's got like a
I'm watching it. I'm seeing it right now. He's a fucking tank.
Yeah, he looks like the 1960s, dude.
Yeah. I usually like the national stuff, and I think it's fun. I like the World Cup I'm into, like that's fun, but it's like there's just something about this year's Olympics that I could not give a fuck less about.
Well, I mean, a lot of comedians are talking about it, and it's true. One of the things that's taking me out of it is they have to tell every athlete's most horrible story. And it's just, I really don't want to hear about all that shit. Like, it's something that, like, I feel like Bob Costas specifically started, where like he would always narrate some horrible tragedy that, I don't know.
I wonder if it was Bob Costas or Vin Scully. Vin Scully wasn't really saying bad stuff. He was just like, and this next batter, his father used to play the tuba on the subway every day in Toronto. And it's just like all of that shit. But it wasn't as much bad stuff, except for that one time where he was like, and he's from Venezuela. And Venezuela's turned into quite a socialist country. And socialism has failed yet again. Have you seen that clip? That shit is very funny. That's a blending of your two podcasts. Is Vin Scully talking about socialism failing?
Well, yeah, but I would have to critique Vin Scully to say that the United States made that socialist state fail.
Yeah, dude. Oh shit! The ultimate debate: Bryan Vokey versus Vin Scully on socialism.
Venezuela specifically. But I was hyped up on the American boxing team because the last gold medal male, Clarissa Shields, who's badass. Don't get me wrong. But the last male American boxer to get a gold medal was Andre Ward in 2004. So that's the longest streak the Americans have gone without getting gold in the Olympics. And they have 3 guys in the gold medal round. I don't know. And as of recording, 2 of them haven't happened yet. But Duke Reagan from Cincinnati, I was getting fired up on him. He's a featherweight boxer. He's super legit. But he lost.
Duke Reagan is an unbelievable boxer name.
I know, right? From Cincinnati, too. For some reason, Cincinnati's like a great town for a boxer to be from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was fired up. I was hoping that he'd win it. And then you got the super heavyweight is an American, too. Torres, wow. He's a Latino dude. He hasn't fought yet, I don't think, for his medal. But the super heavyweight in amateur boxing is like means you're going to be a good heavyweight. And it's like it's there still can be pretty small. It's like they do it in kilograms. So I don't fucking whatever 96 kilograms is more than that super heavyweight. But I'm like, damn, dude, that'd be sick if the Americans had like a legit heavyweight contender again. Because
right now I say that shit all the time. Is that fucking boxing is not? But there was more heavyweight boxing where really it's just Fury and Wilder over and over again. It's like there's just not enough heavyweight boxing, and that's what's fun is a knockout.
Yeah.
That's right. And UFC is like the action is like the TikTok of the world where it's just so condensed where it's like people can get knocked out in half a second. So that's like UFC came up at the perfect time of like,
I know, for short attention span people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I mean, I always tell people that like, if you like that kind of UFC type of action, then you got to watch the lighter weights, because if you watch like Juan Francisco Estrada versus like whenever he fights, like it is just pure violence. Or if you watch like Naoya Inoue, these lighter guys, because they're less scared of their opponent's power, they let it go more.
Yeah.
And so you get brutal fights.
Well, a lot of the light heavyweight guys, they really go for the knockout a lot. Like there was the fight, whenever the British guy was fighting the Latino dude that you had told me to watch that fight, they were both just going for it over and over again.
Yeah, because Jose Ramirez goes for the knockout, and Josh Taylor he's like a cocky. He's one of the better personalities in boxing, so I think he wanted to knock out the knockout guy.
Yeah.
So I think he was like, "Fuck it." And the greatest thing in the world is when a knockout puncher, somebody with real power, lets it go on somebody and they just eat it. Yeah. Like when Triple G hit Canelo with a perfect punch, which has knocked out hundreds of opponents before him, and Triple G just eats it, and then vice versa. Canelo hits him perfectly, and he just eats it, and then it's just open it up. It's like it's a war because they both know that they can take the other person's power, and so they just fucking just unload on each other, and it's just poetry, dude.
Yeah. The last round in boxing is always fun because that's when they're really going for it. But that's just like that's what UFC is, or it's just like every round is like the last round in boxing. Huh?
Well, the would do the Sugar Ray Leonard tactic where it's like his coach would yell out 30 seconds and he would take off 2 minutes and 30 seconds of a round. And then just because he knows judges are dumb people like any other people. And he's like, if I win the last 30, that's all they'll see. So it would be the Sugar Ray Leonard did that too, where it's 30 seconds of a fucking beatdown after like 2.5 minutes of resting.
Oh, dude, I watched a great highlight the other day. I meant to send it to you. It was like somebody had put together. So it was on like Instagram. Somebody had put it together of like old school Floyd, like his first year of pro shit. It was fucking awesome.
His hands crumbled.
Yeah.
That's what happened to him.
His hands broken?
Over and over and over again. That's when he wasn't the defensive genius.
Yeah.
It was shattering his hands.
Yeah, dude. That same thing happened with my penis. I used to fuck real hard and heavy, and now I gotta.
You were a knockout fucker.
I was a knockout fucker, and now I gotta stretch it out over 10 rounds and send it to the judges, dude. That's how it goes for me.
Yeah, you fuck on decision now.
Yeah, yeah. At the end of it, it's like we both stand there, and then whoever the judge puts their arm up at the end. And every time I'm like, please be her, please be her, please be her.
You really want to knock out the pussy because a lot of corruption in the judging.
You know, some of those judges are like, hey, I could get in there and do it myself better. How about we do that?
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a few Olympics thing that I have enjoyed. Here's one. Let me see exactly what this is. It is the Hungarian coach in Greco-Roman wrestling. Did you see this?
No, I haven't seen.
Okay, so let me just throw this share up. The Hungarian wins, and then the coach and the guy are embracing. And I don't know who this other guy is that comes in, but they fucking. This was from Brooks Wheelan's Instagram story. Watch what they do to this fucking. Watch over here on the left. Watch this shit. He hugs him. Other guy comes in. Boom, dude. Just takes down the coach. Dude bends his knees backward. Dude, yeah. He comes in and just like drags them both to the ground. That shit looks like it hurts so bad.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the Legion of Doom's finishing move.
Dude, yeah. I saw that. And I was like, oh shit, I got to say something about that. What's up?
You win gold?
I think he won gold, yeah. And then there was another guy. There was another BMX crash, but it's kind of bad, and the guy's like bleeding from his brain, so I didn't really want to talk about it. What I will say is that
BMX is in the Olympics?
Apparently, dude. And even BMX like park, like Dave Mira type shit is in the Olympics.
Really?
It's so weird. But
you absorb the X Games?
What's up?
Skateboarding's in it now too.
Yeah, and I think that they had to include BMX in it, I guess. I don't know, but it's like is it okay? Do you have the same feeling? Because where I come from, if you see an adult riding a BMX bike, that's like a clear sign of like a tweaker.
After DUI. If I saw an adult on a BMX bike growing up around my parts, that person is not allowed to drive.
Well, see, in a normal city, if you see an adult on a bike, it's a DUI situation. But up where I'm at in Portland, if you see an adult on a bike, they're just quirky. Dude, I actually did see the naked bike ride. You ever see that?
Are you kidding me? Critical ass?
Dude, so what's funny is the naked bike ride here. It's not just a naked bike ride for fun and for riding your bike naked. It's to protest our country's dependency on fossil fuel. And so it's like, will you just ride your bike naked and enjoy it? And so
critical mass is that. And that's what they call it when they all get together.
Critical mass is the dependency on fossil fuel thing.
Yeah. Or it's depending on what the mood of the times are. It's either climate change or war or whatever.
Yeah. I just feel like if you want, you just ride your bike naked and just ride your bike naked.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole thing.
Those critical masses where I was a part of a ton of them, and they actually were a significant moment in my life to get me to leave like the kooky left, because I just watched so many people who were on their way home from work losing their minds
because of traffic.
Yeah, because of traffic. And I was like,
were you out there riding bike bare ass?
And I would park my bike to the side to like block traffic so that everybody could get through.
And you're just waving your pecker at a taxi driver.
I'd never do a naked one. Wait, is that what you asked me? No.
I was talking about the naked one.
No, I did the clothes. No, come on. I'm still a Catholic boy.
That's what I'm saying. I know you're a respectable Catholic.
Dick pic. I don't want it out there. It's, you know what I mean? It's
too much.
Nice. The world's not ready for this.
That's too nice. You're not ready to put that out into the world.
Like the Tesla Cybertruck.
Your dick is like a picture of Muhammad.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, you're not even allowed to draw it.
Yeah. If you draw it, you have to draw a white napkin over it.
Dude, but yeah, so we saw that. You know what's funny is I was with one of my friends, actually Seth Allen from last week's episode. That yeah, we really missed you. I really. Oh, we could talk about that too. That guy who wrote that email and saying that you were right. I really gave him the business.
I missed all this.
No, remember that guy wrote in the email a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, about the Aaron Rodgers Peyton Manning debate, saying that you're right and Peyton Manning sucks and blah blah blah. And so we'll talk about him later. I gave him the business. I don't think he listens anymore. I maybe went a little bit too hard on him.
Shout out to Dakota Miracle, who booked me on a show at Palm Springs. He listens to the show and he was telling me all about it.
All about this show from last week?
Not about last week, but because I was with COVID last week. So like I was with baby, I was with child. But yeah, no, I'm just saying while we're shouting out listeners, I just met that guy. He booked me in Palm Springs and he listens to the show. He's a fan.
So sorry, I haven't checked the email in a few days, but this gentleman, who I shouldn't have said his full name last week, but this gentleman, Cody, he even he wrote back. He said, because I didn't reply to the email, I just talked to him on air. He said, the man himself admits he can't throw a spiral. Peyton's not even the best Manning, though. I suppose I'm willing to admit most of my Peyton hate is due to being a Panthers fan. Probably shouldn't have even said that. It's a rough life for us.
Wait, what? The Panthers? What does that have to do with?
He's a Panthers fan. I don't know why that means he hates Peyton Manning. Maybe it's because they've never had a good quarterback.
Denver whooped up on them, but also the year that Denver whooped up on them, Peyton Manning was useless.
Yeah, he was a player coach out there, dude.
That was Von Miller or somebody. It was like a weird MVP.
Yeah, I think Von Miller was the MVP, but he was crushing it. But what I was saying about the naked bike ride is we were out there watching it, and I looked over at him and I was like, man, could you imagine how bad it'd be to fall if you were doing this? And then we literally look back over and this dude just tumbles end over end of his fucking handlebars and fucking scrapes his pecker to oblivion.
Disgusting.
I know, it's brutal. What the worst thing I saw out there was a large man with a woman on a tandem bicycle, and the guy was in the front, so she just had to smell his ass the entire night.
That's my poor girlfriend. I can't smell her taste, so I'm just ripping farts.
Oh, brutal.
And according to her, they're brutal. I don't know. She could be manipulating me, but
yeah, I think she's gaslighting you, and that you should seek shelter. You should go to an abused men's shelter. Right now she's just opening the door and looking over down her eyebrows at you. She's like, you want to fucking keep talking shit? You're gonna see. She has brass knuckles on. But this is a Olympic bike. So there was a big BMX crash, which I don't remember the guy's name, but get well soon. He's not doing so hot in the hospital. But this one right here, this isn't. It's the angle's a little bit bad. So this is that like speed track biking, where they race really fast in a circle on that on that berm.
BMX bikes?
No. This is with like speed bikes. But check this shit out. This guy's handlebars just snap. So watch this. Watch. He's in the back here on this next go around. He's in the back. Handlebars snap and he just goes end over end. Fucking scrapes around the entire berm.
Oh.
And it's like he doesn't even look like he's hurt. He just looks like he's pissed. This is how does that happen? You're on the Olympic stage and your fucking handlebars take a shit.
It's that little balance of you want the lightest possible metal on earth, but how much stress.
You know what, too, dude? I didn't talk about this last week because I really didn't have an opinion about it, and I still really don't with the Simone Biles thing. And I'm all about mental health. Do what you got to do. The only thing that I was thinking about today is what she did. That the only issue I have with the entire thing is that she took a spot on the team from somebody else. If she was going to bail out, there could have been somebody else whose lifelong dream is to get to the Olympics, to be in the Olympics, and they could have sent them in their place.
Right. Well,
right. Is that correct? Am I wrong?
No, I'll tell you why you're wrong is because they send alternates for that very exact reason.
Okay.
So whoever was going to have that spot ended
up getting that spot.
Yeah. Because of injuries and anything that could happen for whatever reason.
Yeah. Okay.
They always have alternates.
That makes sense. Okay, then I don't give. I'm back to not giving a shit.
Somebody lost the spot as an alternate, so somebody lost a free trip to Japan, who probably wouldn't have been in anyway. But I mean, that's a fuck fest they missed out on. So they could have got.
Oh, dude! Apparently, the Australian team got in a little bit of trouble. I need to figure out exactly what it was. Did you read about this?
No, but I mean, I know enough Australians to know that might be the horniest group of men I've ever met.
Dude, I think they were. It was on like the flight. I think they were like pinching flight attendant ass and something else. I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to speak out of turn here, but that's just what I heard through the grapevine.
Speaking of, hands going places, have you read anything about Deshaun Watson?
Not recently. I did read whenever it was first coming out, because his whole thing is that he was like getting massages and then being creepy to the massage people, and he was like coming without contact. I don't know.
He apparently had pre-cum all over his stomach, and he kept asking the girl to rub his stomach. Now, this is just what she said, and it's kind of a crazy move to come out and say this when there's a pending court case. Like, it's a civil case, so they stand to make a lot of money. So it's like wild to like play all your cards before you get into the courtroom.
Yeah. Well, does that mean that I don't know. I'm not coming on here and being like Deshaun Watson is innocent, because I don't know enough about any of it. But does that mean they have more, or that they don't have enough?
Well, that's
evidence?
just that one lady.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's a ton of them, but it's pretty interesting because I mean, I don't mean to make light of if it really happened or whatever, but it is so funny when you can tell somebody was like when they're in the public atmosphere and they're trying to describe what he was doing, and they're trying to, it's always like in cops when somebody's getting arrested and they're trying to explain themselves and they try to speak in a way they don't normally speak.
Yes.
I was merely placing my hand on her shoulder in the thoroughfare of the house. And so she's like trying to just talk about how he wants a finger up his ass and he's covered in jizz and all this shit. And she's like,
they're getting his ass, dude.
My index finger in his back and she was just trying, and that like off camera she's like, he wanted a finger in my asshole and there was cum on his stomach and he wanted me to rub it, but she was like, she called it pre-cum, and she said pre-cum was all over his stomach, and I'm like, that sounds like that's past pre, that's just cum.
That's prostate shit if she's fucking.
Yeah, and he was hard the entire time he was getting in it, that alone, it's like, well, what are you going to do? I mean, that nobody has control over that.
He's getting a massage and he's like, baseball.
Exactly. What do they say to Austin Powers? Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold rainy day.
Dude. But so he's got 22 lawsuits coming down the pipe.
Yeah, and they're all lawsuits. There's nothing criminal happening from what I've been told, which is always a little weird.
It is odd, and I don't obviously you don't want to come out and be like a Deshaun Jackson truther, Deshaun Watson truther.
No, I'm not even making.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like it is odd. It's just I don't have enough.
But it's interesting how Trevor Bauer has like been dismissed. I mean, like Deshaun Watson, like he's still like the Panthers released some information saying they were interested in him still.
Well, the Panthers and the Eagles and Deshaun Watson are apparently like in talks right now.
And I bet the Colts are probably going to throw their hat in that ring now that Carson Wentz is out for 12 weeks.
Is his name Carson?
Yeah, Carson Wentz.
Yeah, interesting. I don't know why that sounded odd to me. He can't catch a fucking break, dude.
Apparently, this injury is from high school.
Jesus, God,
it's some foot injury that's left over from high school. But another crazy thing is some other star on the Colts has the exact same injury now. Like the Colts are getting fucked right now. But it's just weird that Trevor Bauer has one person coming after him, and wonder if it's the difference is that
a criminal lawsuit
versus civil suits. I don't know. But I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but it's interesting how baseball handles this, where they're like, you're gone until we figure this out. You're fucking gone. The NFL, like the Texans, and it's weird because he was right about to demand a trade.
That's the oddest thing.
That what fucks Houston is his trade value probably plummets if he's potentially facing,
I don't know. I don't think anybody wins in this entire situation. You know what though? I was reading this today. So apparently the Eagles are in on Deshaun Watson, and I was pulled up these stats right here. I'm going to the fucking glasses, dude. And his first, Jalen Hurts had 3 starts. People are, because they're like, you can't. Why would you get rid of Jalen? Would you get rid of Jalen Hurts for Deshaun Watson?
Fuck yeah. Well, again, I don't know with what's going on right now.
So this is just 3 starts. First 3 starts for Jalen Hurts, 847 yards, 5 TDs, 2 interceptions, 38 carries, 238 yards, 1 touchdown. Deshaun Watson, first 3 starts, 709 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 17 carries, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's pretty comparable.
Yeah, but Deshaun Watson was running for his life, and I guess Jalen Hurts was too. I don't believe in Jalen Hurts. I mean, here's the thing. You're going against a proven commodity versus an unknown commodity. And I will
Of
always.
course.
So pending whatever happens with his legal situation, of course I would go with Deshaun right away. Jalen Hurts is, I don't know, man. I watched a lot of him because he started against the Packers.
Yeah.
He seems like he's a little bit of hot trash to me.
I don't know. I don't know enough. But those stats is what I was thinking of. Those 3 starts is what I saw that was interesting to me. You know what else is pretty interesting? Did I send you the article from BSO, Black Sports Online?
You did, and it's. I don't know if any other publication could do what they do. They speak out.
BSO?
Yeah, BSO says what's on their mind.
So Black Sports Online, this is not what I'm saying. I was sent this article by an inside Dodgers source. I would never reveal if somebody who's really tied in with the Dodgers, not really, just a Dodgers fan. This BSO article, Black Sports Online, which I would say number one news source for me. Friend of Dodgers, Trevor Bauer, accuser, said the accuser slept with Tatis and is a gold digger. That's what they said. That's the headline.
How do you get to them? You know what I mean?
I bet Black Sports Online is pretty easy to reach. Oh, to the players.
Yeah. How did this girl?
Okay, so check this out. So apparently, the Padres have a thing. It's kind of like a booster club, I imagine, called the Pod Squad.
Mm-hmm.
This woman was a member of the Pod Squad.
Mm.
So,
wasn't Bauer on the Padres?
No, he was on the Reds and the Indians, the Guardians. In messages obtained by and reviewed by Radar, the alleged victim told a friend she had allegedly had past. There's a lot of allegedly going. Past sexual relationship with Tatis, saying that she can't believe she achieved that and it was the best sex of her life. And I believe that part. I believe Tatis can really fuck.
Of course, he's a high-end athlete.
Yeah, but he's also, I believe versus a lot of other people. If I had to say who's going to fuck the best out of a lot of these guys, Tatis is he's very limber, but the reason, so the woman also alluded that the relationship is the reason she had to resign from the Pod Squad.
Okay.
And so the woman went on to send screenshots of Instagram DMs exchanged between herself and Bauer, noting that she was going to his house that week and already has her hooks in, adding, "You know how I roll." The woman told her friend she was literally going to get in his head and find pine tar, LOL. She added, "Trust me, I know what I'm doing."
And those screenshots are in the article?
No. That's why I'm saying, wait, BSO, you gotta take it with a grain of salt, brother. I'm just reporting what I'm reading, dude. Okay. I'm not saying I believe anything. The messages showed the woman then responding to an Instagram story posted by the friend showing a meme of Tatis mocking Bauer's one-eyed pitching earlier this year, writing, "You're welcome for getting in Bauer's head," with the money symbol smiley face emoji. This was dated to April 24th, which would have been after the first alleged incident the woman had with Bauer.
Well, boy, first of all, I feel like I'm not familiar with BSO very much, but I've actually been seeing them referenced a lot lately in YouTube content that I'm watching about sports. So is it normal for them to stick up for a guy who like Trevor, like a white guy?
I wasn't familiar with BSO until I was sent this article by a diehard Dodgers fan. So that message is kind of strange with me. Just begins with being that it's after their first encounter, the friend told us, adding they saw the woman in person shortly after the alleged incident and said she mentioned she had a great time and said something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing here, "He's a nice guy and I had a great time, none of which showed me anything to be concerned about any signs of a victim being involved." She called Pasadena Police Department corrupt fuckers, interrogated her about setting this up and how she joked about the amount of money, how I wanted to be a baseball wife.
I mean, so they're just saying these screenshots are out there. They have no.
I don't have the screenshots.
They don't have any proof of it. Well,
but with the Dodgers making these moves this last week and a half with the Max Scherzer and everything else, dude, I think the Dodgers are gearing up to release Trevor Bauer.
I mean,
and they're going to get that money back. They're going to save that money. We were talking about that on like some kind of morality clause, probably.
Max Scherzer also probably throws it down in a weird way. I mean, he's a psycho.
Yeah, I mean, anybody with two different color eyes, I'm just like, gee,
Max Scherzer and Chris Sale and Trevor Bauer are all psychos. But dude, I don't even know what to say about that because I'm like, I don't know where BSO is coming from.
I don't either. That's what I'm saying. This is what I read.
FD of the black people.
I'm just reading Black Sports Online, and this is what it is. And if Black Sports Online is popping right now, they got entertainment, they have sports, they also have the Keep That Same Energy podcast, which I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, keep that same. It sounds like. I mean, they'll probably have her on as a guest. And
of course.
Yeah,
it's probably hosted by Joe Budden.
So Trevor Bauer will be a Yankee, is what you're saying?
I don't know. I don't even know. I have no prediction. I imagine he's going to get released by the Dodgers. Everybody's going to wait for something to go on here. Or somebody's going to want to sign him at a fucking
desperation
discount. It's the whole thing is wild. Who knows?
This might be a perfect thing for the Red Sox. I mean, ideally, what would happen is the Dodgers cave under pressure, and then it comes out that the BSO article is 100% true, and the Red Sox get him on a deal. That'd be the case.
But if it comes out that the BSO thing is totally true, is there going to be a deal, or is there going to be back to the same amount of money?
No, he's still coming with baggage. I mean, if I'm sitting down and negotiating with him, I'd be like, look, you're coming to a first place team. Well, I don't know if they're still in first place. They're kind of falling off, but potentially first place team, and you got a lot of baggage attached to you. I'm sure you get a shitty team to pay you, but from what I remember from your vlogs, you want to win and your dream is to pitch in a World Series. So why don't you come here for a little bit less money?
Yeah. Also, I need to correct myself. Last week, I was just in such a frenzy over because I don't know how much you were following it, but I was with my friend Sam all day, and he's a Padres fan. And it was the original thing was that Scherzer was going to the Padres, and it was all they were saying it was like solidified. So we were at lunch, and I showed him that, and he's losing his mind. Then 2 hours later, it's that the Dodgers are actually getting Scherzer and are getting Trey Turner. So I was in such a frenzy that I was praising Theo Epstein as the Dodgers executive and not Friedman. I don't know what. I was just in such a crazy headspace. I kept saying Theo Epstein.
Theo still with the Cubs?
Yeah. And Theo's the man too, but Friedman's my guy. That's just what I'm seeing over here on BSO, brother.
The Red Sox picked up an all-star from who was it? It was God damn it. He was on the Cubs for a while.
I know who you're talking about. Who was it? Red Sox trade. They got Delino to Shields. They got Kyle Schwarber. Yeah, Kyle Schwarber. That was it. Yeah. Honestly, I was just so locked in and unbelievable that Trey Turner was coming to the Dodgers. And that whole Trey Turner thing is also, I mean, we talked about it a little bit last week, I think, but they're also just setting up for maybe Corey Seager or Cody Bellinger to walk. And so, because they're both free agents after this year, and they both are going to need a lot of money. And Trey Turner's under a contract, like a rookie contract still, I think, till 2023. He's a beast. So ideally they could keep Corey Seager. They could shift one of those guys over to second base, probably Corey Seager, because Trey Turner's a better defender, and hopefully they can keep Cody Bellinger too. I just don't think it's possible for them to keep everybody.
Dude, the Red Sox are like getting swept by the Tigers right now. Really bad. But Miggy hit his 499th home run, I think. Oh,
did he? Yeah, he's getting real close.
Yeah. He hit I think it was his 499th career home run. He's actually
if they're coming to Seattle for any reason, I'll go see that.
He's on a little bit of a streak. He's 0 for 4 today as of right now, but he's got his average back up to 253. I mean, it was in the 100s.
It was bad for a while, dude. I mean, that's Joey Gallo hits fucking 205 every year. He just hits 50 home runs.
Yeah. Well,
and I think Rizzo's tearing it up, dude.
Miguel Cabrera, I think, only has like 11 home runs. So
yeah,
I don't even know if it's worth it. But 250, I mean, 253 is service.
It's not bad at all. He's already a Hall of Famer, so it's like, what do you care? Yeah, that, and then just quickly, the fucking Kenley Jansen is blowing saves. I think the Dodgers are going to. I don't know. It sucks because it's like Kenley Jansen has done so much for the Dodgers already that it's like you want to keep him on. He's been their closer for 11 fucking years, but it's like,
yeah, I was going to say, I feel like he's been past his prime for a while now. I mean, I realize they won the World Series last year, but
it's also, this was an interesting stat right here, is that so Austin Barnes and Will Smith are the Dodgers catchers. Will Smith is the main guy, and Austin Barnes is the backup. So whenever Will Smith catches Kenley Jansen, has caught him for 25 innings. Austin Barnes has caught him for 15 innings this year. ERA whenever he's being caught by Will Smith, who's the starter, is 4.88 in 25 innings, and in 15 innings with Austin Barnes, his ERA is 0.
And might as well just pinch hit Austin Barnes every time he comes in.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I mean, Austin Barnes is also, I believe, who Clayton Kershaw has catch him, because I'm pretty sure Austin Barnes is Clayton Kershaw's guy, and I'm pretty sure I think it was Austin Barnes. He catches every single one of Kershaw's games.
Yeah, but I thought, wasn't he Mr. Analytics, Dave Roberts?
Yeah, so you would think that he would be. I'll just put in I'll put in Austin Barnes at the end of the game.
I just realized I had my AC on the whole time. I hope that's not a problem.
Oh, it's good for you, dude. Damn. Here I am over here respecting the noise quality of this podcast, and you're just over there fucking cooling out, dude.
Well, I'm in the goddamn desert.
It's pretty hot up here, dude. I would say it's been 90, 95 degrees here for the past week, dude. You think I got it easy?
I think you have it easier than I do. Probably
it's pretty hot.
Nights with some rain.
No, it's been hot, dude. I've been sleeping in my living room, put my mattress out there. I don't give a fuck, dude.
Why? What makes the difference?
I don't know. Living room's a lot cooler than my room. Something's going on. I don't know the science.
It makes perfect sense. Dude, it's so hot out. I've been sleeping in my living room. So it sounds like you're having a bad time with your girlfriend.
No way, dude. I'm in the don't you even assume. You don't even want to know what I'm doing out there in that living room. Let's say some judges are needed.
Joe Judge.
Joe Judge? Oh, yeah, Joe Judge. Yeah, I need Joe Judge to come in and pump me up. Joe Judge, who's he? Oh, he's the coach of the Giants. This is a story I sent you. Apparently they're...
Hands off the fucking quarterback. No hands on the fucking quarterback.
Yeah, this is wild. So this brawl broke out in the Giants practice. A furious Joe Judge punishes the team with sprints.
And then the lineman retired. Did you see that?
The lineman retired over this whole thing?
The day after that, Looney, I believe his name is.
That is so fucking funny. He's like, I ain't running.
He's 30 years old. He's a free agent who came over from the Cowboys. And Joe Looney, a day after the sprint, he fucking retired.
That says so funny.
Joe Looney abruptly retires 4 days after signing with Giants.
Yeah, he's like, I ain't running like that again. Yeah, they were running 100-yard gassers, dude.
And push-ups too.
So here's what the sequence of what they're saying is happening. Because the big deal here is like teams fight in all the time, but Daniel Jones, the quarterback, the Giants guy, he ended up on the bottom of this. And in this is a Yahoo Sports article, and I would never expect them to go this low. Here's what they say in the article. And where was quarterback Daniel Jones during all this? He somehow ended up at the bottom of the pile. And considering his 45 sacks last season, that seems to be a talent of his.
Wow. Or the offensive line.
Yeah, Yahoo Sports, you sons of bitches. So here's what happened. Apparently, Jabril Peppers had a good bump on Corey Clement, who broke through on a run play. Evan Ingram shoved Peppers, who tumbled over. Logan Ryan was behind Ingram, saw Peppers tumble, and shoved Ingram from behind. Full team brawl broke out. Daniel Jones at the bottom of the pile. Joe Judge is absolutely livid, made the team run.
Yeah, people lost their minds. I mean, it's tough to make adults do sprints and 100-yard dashes and shit and gas. Yeah.
But it's like, what do you see the red shirt, the whatever color shirt, get him out of there.
But I feel like this stuff is good for, I mean, the problem with these stories is that reporters are nerds who are afraid of conflict. These guys are professional football players who conflict is how they make their millions. Violence is their fucking. Yeah,
I totally agree that a full team fight is good. It's just the issue is that the quarterback is on the bottom of the pile here.
Yeah, I mean, that's the failure of the offense to protect him. I mean, the first thing you should do is get him out of there like a president.
Yeah, I would love to be that guy. Just get the quarterback out of there and be like, these brothers going wild. I mean, aren't they crazy, Daniel?
Yeah, but I mean, I think this is going to be good for the team. It seems like the team has kind of rallied behind Joe Judge, besides Joe Looney retiring.
Good for him, dude. That's a legendary fat guy maneuver to quit the game altogether because you don't want to run anymore. I 100% I stand with Joe Looney, dude.
I mean, what was that guy going to do when Saquon breaks off a 75-yarder? Just sit and watch? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, dude, head over, get some fucking oxygen.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great move. I mean, Joe Looney is Fat Jock of the Week as far as
absolutely. Yeah, if we're doing Fat Jock of the Week, and it's definitely Joe Looney for quitting the sport that he loves because he hates running sprints. Man. And we're on football. Here's a quick thing. So this guy, number 2 overall, 2022 prospect, high school quarterback, skipping his senior season of high school to join Ohio State.
social media superstar with the Theo Von haircut, Quinn Evers.
Is he a social media guy?
Oh my God. Yeah. He's got a big blonde mullet.
Good for him, dude.
People fucking love him. And I mean, isn't there a guy from Alabama who's making like fucking $9 million right now?
I think it's the quarterback from Alabama. I can't remember his name off the top of my. Oh, this guy Quinn Evers kicks ass.
Yeah, you haven't seen him yet?
No, I'm looking at him now. He's not too thin himself. He's close to being the fat jock of the week. He's coming a close second. He's a big boy. He's not like he's 6'3". Doesn't say his weight, but he's no Joe Flacco.
Trevor Lawrence level hype. That's the level of hype he has for his play. Like,
well, he's number 2. So number 1 in that class is Arch Manning.
Is he no, Quinn Evers is number 1, isn't he?
No, he's number 2 in that whole thing. I think Arch Manning is definitely the number 1. I just don't know what year he is.
Senior year though, right?
Huh?
Like I think Arch Manning's a junior. He's going into his senior year. Just
that's
like
the same thing with. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Quinn Evers is the number 2 prospect. I think that Arch Manning is number 1.
But Arch is staying though, right?
Yeah, he's staying in high school. Where Quinn Evers is like, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. He's going to get a GED.
Is he really?
I mean, he's not going to get a diploma, right? He's skipping his senior year.
Ohio State as a freshman with a GED? No, I bet he just graduated early. I mean, you don't understand the moves these guys make for these things. I know a guy. He's actually playing for I believe the Yankees right now. I'm not going to sell him out, but he's playing for the Yankees now. He's whenever I was working in minor league baseball, he was on the team, and he said that he picked the college that he went to, which is a perennial powerhouse, especially in football. Not as much anymore, but they're a big team. And he said he went there for baseball because they were the only ones who said that he wouldn't have to take the SAT. Nebraska?
No.
That was my only guess. Not a powerhouse anymore.
No, farther north, but they it's Michigan. Michigan told him he didn't have to take his SAT if he went there.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, so I mean, was he not?
They'll do anything with these guys.
Yeah, of course. He's going to get his degree. It's going to be no problem.
And that's a baseball player. So think of a football player.
So is he going to be 17 years old? He's not going to be starting.
He's 18 now.
He's 18.
I think he probably has one of those sick ass football dads who held him back.
Oh, for sure. He's going to get a lot of money because he's a social media star. He's a looker. He's got a personality. He's got the fucking mullet.
He's a looker. He's a looker as in he's fun to look at. He's not like he's a hot dude.
Yeah, but he's attention grabbing.
Yeah, with his mullet. He has a wild mullet.
Trevor, I mean, all these quarterbacks, there's like a lot of like wild looking quarterbacks coming out right now. Justin Fields, by the way, not a wild looking dude, but have you seen highlights of Justin Fields?
No, everyone's saying he's doing great.
Him and Trey Lance have a lot of hype going on right now.
Because they're saying they're doing so good?
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that the Niners are hyping up Trey Lance because they want people to come get Garoppolo.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
people do that with this podcast. People are like hyping me up because they want someone to come get you.
Yeah.
I hope so. Man, I hope someone comes to get me. Ain't nobody wanting to come get me. Dude, so
I'll say Aaron Rodgers practicing in a Green Bay helmet. Now, I know it's old news for everybody else, but I've been out on the fucking lam hiding away from this COVID virus. And Aaron Rodgers today or yesterday went viral with a 55-yard throw from the middle
into a fucking SpongeBob jellyfishing net.
Into a fucking tiny ass net. It was probably 3 centimeters wider than a football.
I thought you were saying it was 3 centimeters wide, and so he had to squeeze the football into it.
That's how high he had to throw it. That he had to get that terminal velocity. It came down so fast that it was actually a smaller hole than the football.
You think he threw it into space?
He threw it. Oh fuck yeah, he threw it into space.
Richard Branson saw it go by his window.
Yeah, Richard Branson is having a 3-way on Mars watching fucking Aaron Rodgers football go by. Dude, Aaron Rodgers is smiling. He's having a great time. He's got Randall Cobb back, got a true slot receiver, got Amari Rodgers, another slot receiver with MVS on the side stretching it out. Devontae Adams, I'm seeing footage of every time the special teams takes the field to practice. Devontae is doing release drills with his with the cornerbacks coach. I mean, they all seem like they are tuned the fuck in, locked in. I'm calling it. I'm calling it right now.
Don't do it. You're going to fuck it up.
21/22 season NFL champions, the Green Bay Packers. You heard it here first. When Aaron Rodgers smiles, people fucking die.
Jesus. That rant's going to put you on into bed for the rest of the night.
Green Bay is bringing the title back to Titletown, baby. I cannot fucking wait. The Vince Lombardi trophy going back home where it belongs.
I don't disagree with you, but for the sake of this show, I am going to disagree with you, and I'm going to fight you on it all year long.
Tom Brady isn't even going to get to the NFC Championship.
Oh, get real. Come on.
Undefeated season. Tom Brady, he's going to be healthy, and he's going to bomb. He's going to bomb this season.
It's impossible.
Over.
So what happens when the Packers lose? You break your bet again?
You mean in 2023?
Yeah. So you're saying they're going all the way through perfect season.
No, they're not going to have a perfect season. But they're going to win the Super Bowl, and Aaron Rodgers is going to be an MVP. He's going to be the oldest person to have back-to-back MVP.
Nobody's ever done that?
I said the oldest person.
Oh, I thought you said the first person. He is. Yeah. My issue is with his pit viper glasses. I fucking hate those things.
Oh, grow up. He's a California guy. He lives in
you motherfucker, 2 weeks ago, you're done with Aaron Rodgers because he's playing Old Crow Medicine Show on the fucking guitar. And you're like, this guy's he's acting funny. He's acting weird. He's acting spooky. I don't like what he's doing out there. He's acting like a disc golf guy is what you're saying he's out there acting like. And now 2 weeks later, you think he's your hero again? Come on.
We had a rough patch. But I always stood by him as far as.
Oh, you did not stand by him. You
always stood by him.
Play the tape back where you said you're done because he was playing the guitar and he was playing Old Crow Medicine Show with his hippie friends out in Yosemite.
I said I was done with him and I don't give a fuck where he ends up at when I saw that video. But when we were talking specifically about the labor dispute, the dispute between Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packer administration, I always stood by Aaron Rodgers and I always said Gucci can kiss my ass.
Oh, you think you're Woody Guthrie or something?
What do you mean?
Well, labor disputes.
This is a blue collar matter, dude.
Yeah, well, you should have you have a football in your hands that says "This football kills fascists." Fuck you. I just want you to do like the Black Sports Online podcast. I just want you to keep that same energy. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Listen, I don't support the Old Crow Medicine Show, but let me tell you,
I denounce Old Crow Medicine Show.
I denounce that, but if a guy's going to lace a fucking 55-yarder and do a little tiny ass fishing net,
I don't know. People are saying
sunglasses you want.
People are saying it was CGI. That's just what people are talking. People come up to me on the street all the time.
Yeah, haters gonna hate, man. That's what it is. Losers only think everybody else is losing because all they understand is losing. They don't know how to process winning, so they think winning is fucking CGI. Kiss my ass,
dude. He's gonna have to compete with Matt Stafford for the MVP.
Yeah, everybody's all hyped up because Matt Stafford threw some fucking tape on his thumb, and all of a sudden now he's a fucking Roman warrior. Get the fuck out of here. That guy's been a loser his whole career. He lost at Georgia, he lost in Detroit. I ripped him off for a lot of booze. So
Kelly. Oh no, I'm thinking of Andy Dalton. Kelly, because Andy Dalton went to school with Kelly, and she worked at a mod pizza kind of place, and she burnt his mom's pizza real bad one time.
Is she a redhead too? The mom?
I don't have
also having a red flat top for some
red flat top. I like you're like, hey, Matt Stafford kissed my ass. I ripped him off for a whole bunch of money. Dude, so Aaron Rodgers is trying to do the LeBron James thing and just bring all his old pals in.
Yeah, well, he made them keep Mercedes Lewis. I guarantee they wouldn't have kept Mercedes Lewis if Aaron Rodgers didn't say so. But
it's crazy. They were saying Kyler Murray already has an input on personnel decisions after 2 years, and fucking they just given this shit to Aaron Rodgers after what 20.
And after Aaron Rodgers gave the most iconic press.
Okay. I'll agree with you on those. I'm glad he took the glasses off. I'm glad he didn't play it on the acoustic guitar like he was fucking Stephen Lynch or something. But he went out there and he really did give them the business, and I appreciated that.
What do they call that? A recitation in country music where you talk the "Hello, darling." Where you
yeah. That's basically what I'm surprised he didn't do.
Out there,
don't you miss him? Randall Cobb's coming back to stay, and you ain't gonna get rid of Mercedes Lewis, and I'm gonna CGI a couple video clips. Aaron
Rodgers gave the most iconic press conference, and the thing he did, he said it with a smile. It was the most amazing
He was riffing, dude.
Well, he had all the names written down of all the guys they had mistreated, though. And he said he called all of them. He had that written down because he referred to his paper when he said Micah Hyde, Hayward, Casey Hayward, Donald Driver, Jordy Nelson, fucking Julius Peppers. And he went through all the list of all the people who were mistreated. And he had that written down. But the way he said it in a way that was so pro-fan.
It was great. It was. I have no issue with that press conference. I loved that press conference.
Like I'm going to review that press conference before my next confrontation. When I have to confront somebody, I'm going to review that because that was like a masterclass.
It really was. He was very calm.
Fuck you in the most likable way. It was masterpiece theater. I mean, the guy's a genius. The guy's a fucking genius. And Tom Brady can suck my fucking grundle.
Dude, until Tom Brady starts bastardizing country music on the acoustic guitar.
I hate it. I hate to say it though. I mean, Tom Brady during the match was.
Come on.
He is likable. He gets more and more likable as he gets older.
Absolutely. Well, he's out of New England, so he's set free. He can say whatever he wants.
Mind whenever he sees Tom Brady yelling at his players.
What's that?
My dad loses his mind whenever he's out of jealousy. When he sees Tom Brady scream at his players, like,
because he wants Aaron to do it.
Why the freak is it Aaron Rodgers yelling at his players?
Dude, Peyton Manning. I'll go back to you, Cody. You number one hater in the emails, Cody. Peyton, you ever see Peyton Manning yelling at Jeff Saturday? They're best friends. He says, "Hey, you fucking just snap the ball, Jeff. It's fucking great. We got to be running the ball." He says, "Just fucking play center."
Dude, he played like a couple seasons in Green Bay, and he's him and Greg Jennings. These salty, they're the only two players you find out there with shit to say about Aaron Rodgers. And they're both so salty.
Jeff Saturday?
Jeff Saturday is negative about Aaron Rodgers.
How can you not be?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a loser, I would imagine, yeah.
I'm telling you, I told the producers I told the producers backstage specifically
on Saturdays. He didn't belong on Sunday.
I told the producers backstage, they said, take it easy on Bryan today. He doesn't have a lot of energy. He's still got a little bit of a COVID fog. He's just he's got long haul Delta Plus, Delta first class. So take it easy on him. And I looked him in the face. I grabbed the clipboard, I threw it across the room, and I said, get me coffee, and that's what you fucking do, okay? All right, we can wrap up on this. What do you think of this Lakers team they're putting together?
I like it. It's a good roster.
Dude, I love Carmelo Anthony. I love Russell Westbrook. I got nothing.
It's also a really good backup for Portland this year.
Yeah.
Like there were many times because, I bet on basketball every single day during the season. So if there's one sport that I know a lot about, it was last year's basketball season. And Carmelo, there was many times where everybody on the court would go dry and couldn't make a fucking shot. And Carmelo would just keep them alive. So like, he's a good veteran to have on that team.
Yeah.
Kuzma is huge. Kuzma is a loser. He really is. He sucks ass.
You just have such funny Trump language. You think, well, he's a loser. This whole episode, anybody who disagrees with Aaron Rodgers is a loser.
A hater.
Yeah. She's a dog. She stinks. What's funny is, well, I mean, last week
I said Rosie O'Donnell.
I said Bryan Good. I said Gutekunst is a pig. The guys who were on last week are both diehard Blazer fans, and they're not psyched. Ben Simmons just said like today or something that he's not going to Portland. He's not going to Toronto. And that's kind of what a lot of people I think were kind of resting on was Ben Simmons coming and maybe giving somebody to play with. But I just don't think it's going to happen. Everybody wants either Dame or everybody wants the GM out. But a lot of people don't think it's either going to be Dame or the GM. And then a lot of people think it's going to be the GM to stay.
It's really hard to get rid of a GM. I mean,
it is. You're a labor rights guy, so you gotta, you know how hard it is to get rid of somebody.
Right. But labor rights, I mean, my heart's going to go with Dame.
Of course you're going to go with Dame. But you know, what's funny? I was thinking about like LeBron treats the Lakers like Adam Sandler treats movies.
Yes.
Where he just like brings in all his old pals. Like he says Dwight Howard coming back or something, like just dudes that he's like his old buddies that he wants to play with. Like I would not be shocked if Dwayne Wade signs a vet minimum contract just to come play on that team.
For real, dude. He might even bring in who's that guy who made the 3-pointer in his socks that he was like LeBron's best friend. He went to a few teams with him. Mike Miller.
Oh yeah, Mike Miller, dude. Yeah, get Mike Miller. They got rid of Alex Caruso though, dude. There are a lot of funny memes about Alex Caruso going to the Bulls and saying that Michael Jordan's passing the torch to Alex Caruso and they're going to unretire 23 for him.
Yeah, dude, the Bulls are the dumbest organization. They've spent collectively well over $100 million to get Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
it's very funny.
You're spending $120 million to maybe be an 8th seed.
Yeah,
maybe
to get a couple of dudes who look like restaurant managers to come fucking play on your team.
Zach LaVine rules.
Zach LaVine's good. He's good for what? A behind the back dunk?
Yeah, I mean, he averaged like 26 points this year.
Averages 14 dunks.
Yeah, for real. I don't know. I think the Lakers are putting together a nice roster.
Oh, I think it's good, of course. And it's like I want this. I'm rooting for Carmelo Anthony the same way I was rooting for Chris Paul to get a ring.
Yeah, for some reason I like Chris Paul more, but I think it's cool that they're from the same draft and they're on the same team.
Yeah,
Carmelo and now is LaMelo named after LeBron and Carmelo? Is that where that name comes from?
It's very possible. He might. I think he's named after Mellow Yellow, the soda.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think LeVar Ball loves soda, so LeVar Ball loves soda. He's like LeVar Ball is like Kel Mitchell, dude. LeVar loves yellow soda. All right, we can wrap this up. I got a split. Bryan, how are you feeling? You gassed, dude? Are you on the comeback trail?
I have a pounding headache. I'm going to suck down some more ibuprofen. Let me tell you, if any of you are struggling at home with this Delta variant, the only thing that's giving me any relief is ibuprofen. It's fucking been a miracle drug. This
podcast is sponsored by ibuprofen and Pfizer. Actually, it's not sponsored by Pfizer. Pfizer, you can suck our dick, pal.
Pfizer, fuck off. I'm gonna go get a Moderna booster shot.
Yeah, I think. Dude, switch it up.
Yeah, top it off with something nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, top me up. It's like a Cadillac Margarita. Your Grand Marnier is some fucking Grand Moderna.
It's like I put 3 gallons of unleaded and then a half gallon of premium.
Yeah. Give me a half gallon of fucking 89, son. All right, thank you guys very much. Peace out, you sons of bitches. And Cody, I'll talk to you soon.
God bless. Welcome back, Aaron Rodgers.
And yeah, Bryan, welcome back, you sick bastards. Goodbye.